So it's only the pair of us today.
Just you and I. It's a twosome.
Yeah.
I think the first time ever. We've had a lot of firsts this season, but a lot of the first time ever is just a twosome.
Yeah, true. I don't know
Thoughts,
if we had a
feelings?
twosome, you and I. Yeah. Oh, I don't have many times I don't have any feelings. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. I always like that. There was a poster when I was a kid of a skateboarder. It said like, when was the last time you felt anything? And I was like, yeah, that like I was like that poster really speaks to me.
This is the perfect setup because I actually did some thought, like some thinking in terms of how I wanted this episode to go, knowing it was just going to be you and I. So I should say, welcome everyone to episode 7 of season 6 of Where's That Bar Cart. I am Nick, one of your hosts. Alongside me only is
Monty Scott remains Monty Scott.
yeah. It's just the two of us. Gina is out west fleeing forest fires, which nothing really funny about that. She was in
No, it's wild.
Alberta and she has to leave with her family to go to BC, escaping the fire. So safe travels, Gina,
I think she's going the other way.
from BC to Alberta. I hope not.
That was my understanding.
Oh, okay. I thought she was in sort of the Jasper area, but needing to leave to BC. But
Is Jasper not in BC?
no, Jasper's in Alberta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah. My impression was she's leaving BC.
Okay. Well, either way, she's
Yeah.
fleeing. She's in her family car. And Daryl, usually we leave, someone who's going to be vague about what they're doing is purely in the Monty Scott realm of this podcast. But Daryl's unable
Yeah.
to join us because, and I'm just going to repeat the words he said, and I hope, Daryl doesn't mind. He said, I'm a working man now. I got a job at Tam O'Shanter. He couldn't come to
Yeah.
the podcast. I pressed him for more detail. He said he doesn't want to talk about it, and thus here we are with just myself and Mr. Montgomery Scott.
Just utter madness. Both things, like
Yeah, right.
Gina fleeing a forest fire, as you
No.
don't have that on the proverbial bingo card, and then what you really don't have is Daryl Purvis might be working at Tam O'Shanter.
Yeah,
Maybe not. He doesn't want to talk about it.
yeah.
You know what's crazy? I played Tam O'Shanter on Monday.
Is that right? Interesting.
Yeah, Tam O'Shanter is my alma mater of
Uh
golf
huh. Uh huh. Yeah.
in
It's where you
the Scarborough
graduated
neighborhood.
from. Sure.
I graduated from the school of Tam O'Shanter. Yeah, yeah, very much so. What do you call it? Between Birchmount and Kennedy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
what I'm all about.
Uh huh.
I know that place better than the Raccoons.
What's your best score at Tam O'Shanter?
Not very good, I don't think.
I mean, it's not an easy course. It's not
No,
overly long, but it is not easy, having only played it the one time.
I golfed 91 Monday.
Okay, not bad. Yeah, really good.
I didn't feel very good about it, but it wasn't. I didn't golf so bad. The putting was very tricky.
Yeah, not
It,
easy greens to read, I think.
yeah, and it was a lot of movement right before the cup.
Yes,
Enough that
right.
you miss. It
Sure.
wasn't. I didn't putt bad, but I didn't make putts.
Yeah.
I made one birdie that was nice because I made a good drive, a good approach, and then
Mm,
a maybe a maybe a 15 or 20 foot putt, something like that. It was a long,
interesting.
relatively long putt.
Nice. Very nice.
So that was nice. But I didn't do anything else. Kind of, I missed 5 4 foot putts numerous times. You know what I mean? Didn't
Yeah,
make
yeah.
very many of them, really.
Right.
But
Right.
it wasn't. So I don't know if it's always been like that. The greens were considerably faster than when you and I played.
I mean, could be drying out with the summer. I mean, we've got, I think in the GTA, we had a record rainfall in the month of July. So who knows what that's doing to the courses, whether it's making them slow or fast or drying out or not drying out. Like it's all topsy turvy,
In that case, it seemed to play the whole course seemed to play pretty fast.
pretty fast. But we started this conversation by saying you don't really get impacted by things. You don't let your feelings get impacted. You don't feel.
But
Uh,
sometimes I forget to feel.
you forget to feel. But this is interesting because
Mhm.
we've had. So I want to talk to you about this. I haven't played in 2 weeks. I haven't picked up a golf club. I've had COVID, unfortunately, so I haven't been able to play. I have my club championship this weekend. So I play both days, Saturday and Sunday. I play the East Course at my course, which is the harder one. You've played it a couple times. It's a quite
Hmm.
long course. I've not played. I'm completely out of practice. I get stressed out. I get overthinky about things. We have had similar of these kind of conversations as it pertains to comedy throughout the years.
Hmm.
Because I've always valued your approach to not overthinking things, not letting your sort of feelings or thoughts get the best of you. So it's interesting that you raise the whole sort of emotional part that you don't really get drawn into, um, you know, getting nervous or getting stressed out about things on the golf course or in comedy kind of thing. I wanted to talk to you about that. How do you manage your emotions? Do you ever get Have you ever gotten nervous on the golf course? Like, playing in like even something as silly as like bull moose or something like that. Do you ever get amped up or kind of, nervous?
No, I could get into my own head when I'm golfing kind of a personal best, or
Sure.
maybe if you're golfing for money with somebody and it's a close game,
Mhm.
I could get a little bit. It's possible I could get in my head for a little bit. I,
Yeah.
I think. I think. Competitive wise, I might. I might be pretty good, like competing against somebody in monetarily for
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Um, and usually I can kind of shake off like, I only need to have a few more good holes and it's going to be a good round.
Yes. Right. Right.
I'm sure I've occasionally failed, or I have a bad hole, but then I have a good hole. I
Yeah.
don't usually go down a rabbit hole of it. So there's times I could think of it, but otherwise I wouldn't care. Like, definitely the idea of like teeing off and then people are looking is,
You don't care.
you know, well, if I don't look at them, do they exist? Is it real?
I mean, that's an amazing philosophy, actually.
Like they may not even actually exist. If I don't look over my shoulder, they're gone.
Because I remember this is going back, I guess, over a year now. I think it was May of 2023. You and I were booked to do a week at Absolute Comedy here in Toronto. You were headlining and I was emceeing. And obviously it was in the sort of the midst of the pandemic. It had been some time since I had been doing stand up. I think it was my first time maybe hosting at that club, so I was sort of nervous. And I called you and we talked, and I was sort of, I overthink everything and stress and get in my head, and I was sort of saying, I don't know how, if I can do this, if I can pull it off, blah 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 blah. And I was kind of ranting to you in some respects. And at a certain stage you just sort of went, yeah, I mean, or we could just, have fun. Like, and that
Yeah,
was your response to it all. Like, yeah, yeah, we're going to do comedy, so we could just have fun. And it's such a overly simplistic but perfect way of encapsulating, of fighting overthinking, I suppose, is what I'm saying.
it's a good exercise for Nathan McIntosh was the first person who kind of said that to me.
Oh,
Although he's
really?
saying it to himself, I was overhearing him talking to himself, really,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right,
because he was just telling he's apparently he's known for that. And but it always resonated with me after that.
right. Tell yourself to just
Of
have fun.
Yeah, like we like it is. I think the best exercise for comedy for sure, because for anyone who listening that doesn't know, you would just wouldn't do comedy if it's not fun.
Right. It is so
I,
stressful. Like, to put yourself through that amount of anxiety and stress, because if you let it be as stressful as it could be, it is very overwhelming,
oh
or it
yeah,
could
well
be.
I wasn't even looking at it from that point of view. Yes, it could be, but also like monetarily, it just wouldn't, like if you're not
Oh,
having
yeah,
fun at it,
sure. Right.
what's the point?
Right. Right.
You,
Yeah.
like maybe there's a time. I guess there's been a few individuals where somehow they don't like comedy and they just got somehow got going in comedy and now it's the best way they can make money,
Yeah. Right.
and that is definitely less than the 1%,
Yes, for sure.
less than barely the point 0.05%, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But otherwise you just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Point
Right.
is, generally all of us doing it are doing it because it's easy to like it because often it's going well and it's like what's more fun than that.
Yeah. Right.
So like focus on what you do it for,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
you know. So
So
that's an
yeah.
easy one.
Yeah, but I think yeah. So I was thinking about that a lot today as I'm thinking about playing in these two rounds of golf this weekend, where it's like, and it's proper golf, right? There's no mulligans, there's no gimmies, there's no fluffing your lie up. It's like proper golf for
Even
a
fluffing the
score.
lie. Oh,
And
come on.
nope, there's not. They actually specifically said in the outline, the fairways are as dry as they could be. There's no lift clean in place. Play your ball as it lies.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so it
yeah,
it is proper golf. And I remember I've only
yeah.
played in this once before, but when you stand over a 2 foot putt that is normally a gimme and you have to make it, it's a different fucking animal. Like it
Oh,
messes with
yeah.
your head where you're like, oh, I've got to make this. Or that's an entire other stroke on this hole, which we don't always think about, you know?
Yeah, sure. Especially if you're not. Yeah, no, I never played golf with any kind of fluffing and lies. I never did any. I played like that most of my life,
Oh, is that right? Interesting.
like nothing.
Yeah.
So the idea of like kind of moving out from behind a tree or whatever, which I've taken to like a duck in water,
You've
but
quite embraced, sure.
I've
Yeah.
embraced it.
You've
Or
leaned
fluffing lies. I'm
into,
like,
I'll
I have
say.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Though
I always
as
play.
we've recounted, a bad shot is followed by a ball landing in front of you before your previous shot has
Yeah.
landed in its destination.
Oh yeah, mind you, that one that's just economy of scale or whatever. You're just. I'm just like, look. There's no reason I shouldn't take that again. I'm not gonna play it. But then sometimes I will play it. I'm like, no, maybe I should play it.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But mostly, I'm not even trying to play it. I'm just like, I just don't want. Why did I do that?
Yeah. I mean, my girlfriend doesn't know a lot about golf, so she was asking me like, so what's the big deal about this weekend? Like, what is the club championship? Explain it to me why this is a big deal. So I started to explain it to her. I was like, well, it's kind of like the golf we watch on TV. It's like you don't get mulligans, you don't get to retake shots, you don't get to, you got to count everything, you blah 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 blah. And she just took a beat. She's like, Monty wouldn't like that kind of golf, would he? And I was like, no, I don't. I don't. I think that would be a bit much for Monty.
No, I don't mind, like, because generally it affects everyone the same,
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
right? So I'm like, I don't like it after playing the more relaxed style. I don't like it, but as long as everyone plays that way,
Yes. Right.
then no big deal. But if you're, because it's a little bit easier, it's a little bit better. Golf's hard enough. If you
Yeah.
have a weird like shitty lie and it's not even shouldn't even, there's no reason for it. I'm like, why not put it up so it
Of
same
course.
place, but it's a little bit better.
I am of the
Yeah.
same mind as you. Golf is hard enough, and when I play, even in Bull Moose, when I play against like a match against someone, and they have like some sort of fucked up shot or something behind a tree, something like really abnormal, I always, as their opponent, kick the ball out or just give them a good lie because it's like this game is hard enough. You don't have to fucking wrap something around a tree and through some rocks and through like some shrub. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, and it's like when you're behind just one tree, like
yeah, god damn it.
you literally hit it into a field and you happen to be behind one tree, like
Right, right. Yeah,
I don't mind that at all. But I mean, I also don't mind like just fuck me, put me behind a tree. I don't care.
sure. I like the challenge. Sure.
Somebody else is gonna be behind the tree too. Like if you're gonna say, oh,
Right.
that's how we're gonna count everybody, I'm like, I know everyone will get fucked as much as me,
Yeah.
approximately.
But I'm approaching honestly, man, I was thinking about it today because I'm approaching this weekend without practice, without having got the reps in that I would normally get in preparation for a tournament like this. I'm approaching it like I did that week we did at Absolute Comedy of like, or I could just have fun and just go out and play a couple rounds of
Oh
golf and
yeah.
who gives a shit? Like there's no
Well,
expectations. Who gives a shit what I score? Who gives a shit how I'm swinging the club? Just like play well, enjoy whatever.
yeah, ask yourself that. What do you okay, let me ask you.
Okay.
What are your expectations from the upside to the downside? Or the upside, let's just say,
I
because
like
downside, who cares?
I like I like the idea of challenging myself against better players.
Sure, but you don't expect to be walking away with a championship.
Definitely not. No, I'm not
Mhm.
anywhere near as good to win a club championship as
So
other
it's all
players
gravy,
are.
buddy. And
It's
so then
all
I'm gonna say,
gravy. Yeah.
On the downside, I'm gonna just give you a downside. Your bag catches fire. It's a pretty big fire. Uh, like people are giving you, frowning at you. A tree maybe
Yeah,
goes up to. I
sure.
had to bring
Yeah,
a couple
a
of people
couple
in to put it out,
a
and
couple pines go up. Yeah, sure.
yeah, your name is mud because yeah, you shouldn't have
Yeah.
kept the kindling in your bag or
There's
whatever.
some
However,
moderate burn to a green. Yeah, that's
yeah,
gonna be there for the rest of the year.
yeah, moderate shame. Not kicked out, but you're like, yeah, you've got some degree of shame from
Yeah,
some.
yeah.
So, but I mean, like you have absolutely no downside for your to be
No,
worrying.
no, none
You don't
whatsoever.
even have
There's nothing. No,
you don't have
no,
an expectation. No one has an expectation for you to do especially well.
nope, nope.
Maybe you have an expectation to do relatively well.
You want to play your best when the
Yeah.
best is expected of you, because that would be really nice, right? You want to play to your
Yes. Yes.
capability, I suppose, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When things are stacked against you, if you're out of practice or out of rhythm or you haven't, it's yeah, it's probably not going to happen. So then it's like, how do you enjoy the moment? How do you enjoy just being present and doing the thing, you know?
Totally. I mean, you don't want to. You wouldn't want to go into a important game with no practice.
Right.
Like nobody would particularly. But then again, like you're not injured. You're like
Yeah.
full strength. Hopefully, you feel
Yeah, yeah.
nothing's pulled, or you didn't golf. You didn't just golf 8 games.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So you're not like, oh, my body is tired.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted to play a tournament after we did the Bull Moose
Yeah.
week. I
That
wouldn't want
was,
to.
yeah.
Instead of coming back on Monday, I go into a big tournament. I wouldn't have wanted that.
No, that would not be fun.
No,
No.
I was like, I couldn't have been more warm.
Yes, sure. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I would think I'd be like, this should be playing my best golf, but my hands were hurting. I felt like Ray Charles. I imagine, like after he played for like he just did Vegas or whatever the hell Ray Charles was doing, but he was pounding that piano. Man, my goddamn hands were cooked.
It's true though. Like, as much fun as the Bull Moose weeks are, the last thing you want to touch on that like Monday or Tuesday, whenever you get back, is a fucking golf club. You're like, I just can't. I can't grip a club right now. There's no
Yeah,
way.
the grip wouldn't have been fun.
Yeah.
I swear to God, my hand hurt for a number of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Right.
I think my grips were a little big, but
Yes. Right.
I mean, it
Right.
wasn't hurting like, oh my God, my hands, like again, like a Liberace falling to the floor, like my hand, seizing up.
Sure.
I've I'm gonna break a record for putting the most piano players in peril during hypothetically during my analogies. Um, but yeah, but that's just an example. I think the rest of my body was tired.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think you should have fun, man. Like what the hell?
That's it. Yeah. I mean, nothing to win, nothing to lose. Just play some golf and under different parameters, and it's just a different setting than you're normally used to.
You know what I try to think of golf wise, or actually everything wise, even comedy or whatever. If you can be mindful, that's good. Like
Like,
if you
do
can be
you mean
mindful,
do you mean present?
present and mindful of like what do I want to do?
Yeah.
For golf, every shot you're taking, like you're not just taking some shots you didn't think about it enough.
Yeah.
You didn't be like, okay, how
Yeah.
take a real however your best setup is for the shot. Do that
Right.
every shot.
That's a tough one, because I can get somewhat paralyzed in options of like what to do on almost every shot. You know what I mean? Because yeah, for the most part, I step up with every shot, and the shot I see is the perfect shot.
Right.
Because I know that occasionally, and like, I hate sort of saying this, but I know that I can pull it off. I
Mm-hmm.
don't always see the safe shot, the safe, easy miss, or they say like your miss. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
don't
Yeah. Yeah.
always see that as obvious. I always just sort of see, okay, well, let's say I'm 160 out. I could I could fire a 7-iron right at the pin. And I see the shot because I know I've done that in the past occasionally. and I'm just going to
Hmm.
pull that off now, rather than there's a whole lot of green short of the pin. I'm going to just nestle an 8-iron short of the pin and have a 30-foot putt. Like, I don't always talk myself into that 8-iron. I generally talk
Sure.
myself into that perfect 7-iron.
Well, that is an amazing thought, Nick. Because I mean, I suppose you could say occasionally I can make that perfect shot, but
Sure.
I have made there. All I see is misses out there. Everywhere I look, there's dead people everywhere I look. I,
Well, that's another podcast. He says he sees dead people. This is like the Sixth Sense of golf podcasts.
yeah,
Uh,
man. Well, I see. I'm like, because I'm like, I'm the opposite. I'm like, there's no limit to the ways I can miss the shot.
sure.
Like, yeah, because there's one way I can make the shot pretty good. There's an infinite possibilities of me fucking this up in some manner or another. Are you kidding me?
Haley Joel
Left,
Scott.
right, high, low. I could put it. I could put it behind me. I could take a shot goes way up in the air behind me. Like I'd be like, well, I didn't see that coming. Shoot it right into the ground. Hit a goose in the face. Could do a million things. So I think what's heartening, at least you're like, no, I don't even see where I could fuck this up. Um, but that isn't actually exactly what I was talking about. At least for me, is like maybe you do it naturally. You probably do it naturally, at least to a degree. Just to focus on every shot,
Yeah. Yeah.
like a focus on the ball, a focus on this my swing as I go. You know, like a real focus on the ball and the swing and the whole thing. Kind of like not rushing yourself and not taking the shot for granted, and really just kind of coming, um, just zoning yourself in as you're swinging and all that.
So part of so yes, so as I'm standing behind the ball, I'm envisioning what kind of shot I could possibly hit. And then I kind of get it locked in my mind. And then I have a fairly deliberate pre-shot routine where I take one
Mhm.
practice swing. When I take that practice swing on every single practice swing, whether it's a drive or an approach shot or a putt, I see the ball going where I want it to go.
Okay, good.
And then I step to the ball and then I swing.
Maybe I'll try that. I don't even because I take a lot of practice swings, but I don't even think about where the ball's going. I think about more the swing.
Or like the feel, like how you want it
Yeah,
to feel going through. Yeah, right.
yeah. Like once I start grazing the ground. Say I'm thinking about irons right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When I start grazing the ground the way I want, and
Yep,
I'm like, I know that's a
yep,
good swing, and I'm like, okay, and usually after I do one of those, I'm like, okay, and then I shoot net then,
yeah. The
like
the only
first,
time, yeah, the only time I take multiple practice swings is with a chip, where I'm trying to figure out how the club, like kind of like what you're talking about, how when I try to figure out how the club is going to interact with the ground, to try to figure out like
yeah,
is the
sure,
grass against me, is it with me, is it catching, is it going to bounce, like that's when I'll take multiple practice swings, but for the most part I just take that one, just so I and then envision how I want it to go.
hmm. Well, maybe I'll start thinking about the actual shot, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. I know I kind of mess that up sometimes, where I'll just step up to the ball and either just out of laziness or like a lack of thoughtfulness, I'm just like I
Mm,
just swing, and I'm sure I fucked those up more than most.
right, right, yeah.
So I guess that's kind of like similar to what I was saying about comedy. Is like my dad always told me strangely for comedy, um, but I think it was just for performing in general. Is just think about what you're gonna do before.
Interesting. Okay.
Like not you don't. It doesn't have to be really super specific.
But
He
like
didn't give me any.
plot it out in your mind kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, like know what you're gonna do as you
right.
like. He didn't give me any other kind of specifics. So I
Interesting.
kind of put it together, Ed, but I always found it to be helpful
Hmm.
to be like, rather than just to be talking shit to somebody and then going on stage.
So what does that look like then for you comedy wise? Does that mean just like taking a few minutes before like pre-show or before you're going on to kind of just be in your head and map it out? Is it like a mapping
Yeah,
exercise in your head kind of thing?
a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Because I
Yeah,
might not do exactly what I was planning to do, but I definitely start. I'm going to start how I was thinking,
right.
and just to be in my head a little bit. To sometimes I like to look at the audience from like the perspective of the performer. Say
Right.
at a club where you might be in the back, and I like to
Yeah,
look at the
yeah.
performance
Yeah.
at the audience, just stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know what that gives you or whatever, but just a little bit of a
It places you in the room at least. Like it kind of situates
yeah,
you to like, okay, I kind of know, like, because even when you're standing at the side of, let's just say, Absolute or whatever, you're not seeing the audience as they're going to be looking at you, but you can kind of get a sense of like who's sitting where and what the reactions are and where the energy is, kind of thing. And it kind of
a little bit.
helps
Yeah,
situate you when you get on stage.
I like to do it. I don't even know what I'm taking away from it. I don't even know what thoughts I'm having.
Right.
I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't really even know what thoughts I'm having when I do it, but I stuff like that, and I just like to be like, like what are you definitely? How do you? What are you going to try to say to these people to start for sure?
Yeah,
And then generally,
definitely.
like, how would you like to go? Depending on the length of the set, how would you like to go through it? Um, generally, I, I've always found that to be good to have an idea what I want to do. The
Mm-hmm.
only times I would feel bad is when I don't have any idea what I want to do, and then if
Yeah,
things
right.
don't go well, you're kind of things don't go well to start or wherever you are. You're like, it's helpful to know how did you want to go from here.
Which is not dissimilar from golf. So I'm sort of thinking of like you can have the best warm-up session you could possibly have, and you could go to the range and hit balls and feel like you're in the groove and be striping things, and then you could step to the first tee and you could duck hook a drive, right?
Yeah,
180
yeah,
yards left in the rough, and you've got 200 yards in, and then it's like, well, shit, this didn't go to plan. So now what? And then I think the biggest shift for me is not how am I going to make up for that duck hook? The shift for me is how can I get up and down from 200 yards, in 3 shots, basically, or
yeah,
four and bogey. You know what I mean?
right.
Like, and
Hmm.
and so it naturally, it's sort of like what you were talking about. You go on stage and the first thing you say that you plan doesn't go well, and you're in the shit. Well, fuck. How do I get out of it?
Yeah, it's nice to know how you wanted to go from there
Yeah.
rather than being behind and going, oh, what do I how do
Or
I
that you have the
you know
confidence to like forget about that duck hook and just focus on this shot now. That goes to the mindfulness that you were
oh
kind of
yeah,
talking about in a way.
yeah, 100%, because it doesn't definitely comedies like that with golfers, like some things don't go that well. Like, you can do a
Mhm.
joke, it doesn't go that well. It doesn't You don't have to look at like that's a big deal, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like you're
right.
gonna but it's good to know that you maybe thought about what were you trying to do in this set anyway?
Yeah,
Like what jokes did you want to do rather than thinking about them when you're in a state of like, oh, that joke didn't do well.
yeah, right.
But yeah, I don't know. I always find that to be to be kind of helpful. You know what I find all yeah, I was giving this advice to I don't know, maybe someone else, maybe my sister or something, but I was talking about, and this is advice I cannot follow.
Sure.
So I don't follow this
So
advice.
good advice
Um,
that you're
yes.
going to expound on, but you can't follow.
Well, I'm certainly not. Don't think that this is because this is advice I follow.
Sure.
But everything that I've worried about in my life, in the past, has been completely useless.
Interesting.
Because it's gone, and then what the fuck were you worried about? Like you worry about all these bad outcomes.
Yeah,
Well, they didn't come, so and what the fuck would it have mattered if they did?
sure.
Or you worry about trivial things. You
Yeah,
worry about serious things. You worry about trivial things. You worry about just utter nonsense.
yeah,
That are in your head somewhere. And like for all of that nonsense, what the fuck was the point?
right, right.
And the only
Yeah,
point was to make you miserable when you were actually living your life.
yes, right.
And then it's over, and then you're like, you just deal with the consequences anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
So it doesn't really, or the shit you didn't even think to worry about, it happened.
yeah.
or something went well and that you never thought about. Like you never know what the fuck's gonna happen. So what do you even?
It's that saying that we suffer, what of the percentage, mostly in our mind. Like the
Oh
actual
yeah, yeah,
amount that we
or
suffer in reality is so minuscule compared to what we suffer in our mind.
yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. Well, it's like Mark Twain had one. I think it was like more or less what he um he met he met his demise millions of times in his mind,
Yes, right. Right.
kind of thing is,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
what's the point of it? And really, as you continue to live, and you're like, if somebody should compile a list of all the bullshit they worried about
Right.
from 12 years old and show it to you wouldn't even have enough how many terabytes it would be
Yeah. 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 Right.
of a whole bunch of shit that didn't mean anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
And,
like I
yeah.
find that a bit with comedy, and I'm sure you'll find it with golf in this instance. But every time you're like, oh, like, and then whatever will happen won't really make much difference.
I think I've said it before in this podcast. I think there's one thing that has made me score what I score now, like whatever. I don't want to talk about what handicap I am because that's annoying to people, but there's a major difference between the golfer I was in my teens and 20s and then the golfer I am in my 40s. The
Sure.
golfer I was all my life was I hit that duck hook on the first tee, and then I think, oh shit, every one of my drives are going to be awful. This is going to be a bad round. And then that second shot, I have like 200 yards in, and I try to make up. I try to hit a hero shot, like to try to knock it to 5 feet to make up for the. And then of course you fuck it up, and it goes somewhere else. And then you try harder again, and then you try harder again, and try harder again. And you end up with a double or a triple because you're
Mm-hmm.
trying to make up for what you fucked up on, and and also and then you finish one with a double bogey, and you're like, well, this round is going to be shit. I'm going to be shit this round. I am going to play terrible this round, and you bring that energy to the second hole, and then you do whatever the fuck you're going to do. Right? It's mostly usually going to be a bad shot, and
And
then
your
you're just
mind
going
is
to
all
keep
scrambled and
mind is all scrambled.
yeah.
The biggest difference now is I don't give a shit where that first ball ended up after I hit it. After I hit it, I'm like, I don't care. I got
Yeah.
200 yards in. How can I get this, like I said earlier, up and down in 3 shots for par?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a challenge, and I take it on as a positive. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm in the rough. I've got 200 yards. This is my second swing of the day. This is going to be a really hard shot. What's the best swing I could possibly make to set me up well to try to eke out a par or at worst a bogey? And I don't give a fuck about a bogey, right? And if you don't
Yeah.
care
Yeah.
about a bogey, your second shot, you're going to swing free. And it may end up
Mm-hmm.
on the green or it may not. But then you've got 2 more chances or 3 more chances to get the fucking ball in the hole. And you just don't care about what you did. All that matters is the next shot. The
Mm.
only thing that
Well,
matters is the next shot.
well, you have so many holes to determine your game too.
Right. Exactly.
Like that's
So you're not,
like,
I'm not an oracle. I can't predict how my golf game is going to go. Except if I get in my head and I think it's going to be shit, it's probably going to be shit. If I let that stuff go and be like, okay, one bad swing, I'm going to try to make a good swing on the next shot, then you kind of free yourself up to not be so shackled to this is going to be a shit round. That is, I
yeah,
think, the
yeah,
biggest thing that's made me go from whatever, like a 14 handicap to a single digit handicap.
yeah. That's no, but that's 100% accurate, right? I do that to myself all the time, and then, golf is such a good analogy for life because people do that to themselves all the time. We're like, well, if I don't do this, I'm going to be,
Right.
if I don't get in this school, or I'm not going to be and like, don't even
Right.
worry, buddy. You're going to probably get hit by a transport truck. Like when you just finished something amazing, so don't sweat
Yeah.
yourself about it.
Yeah.
But definitely golf, like if you have any kind of luck in life and in golf, you're gonna have a long road to get where you're going.
Yes.
So you really aren't living and dying on I
Every single
suppose if
shot.
yeah. I mean, I suppose someone like you, if you're putting up a snowman or a nine, you're like, this is detrimental to my game in a hole. But then you can hit a whole bunch of birdies.
Yeah, you have no idea. You have no idea. Like that's the thing is that the next
No, he's
shot that I've learned this only recently over the last couple of years. You have no idea if the next swing you take is going to be the most perfect swing you've ever take in your life. It's in you.
sure.
It's in
Mm,
you. You have made all kinds of amazing shots with probably virtually every club in your bag. You've hit
yeah,
like an
sure.
ideal shot for you with every single club in your bag. So that
Mm,
means that physically it is in you. There's no questioning that. So that just means
sure.
like mentally, do you know that it's that you have it in you or not?
Yeah, like why are you taking yourself out of the game
Right.
to
Exactly.
be like to come out and swing? Now I'll say this though, Nick. If I hit a nine,
Uh-huh.
I know that I'm not going to follow that up with a bunch of birdies. I know that for sure. But also a
But do
nine is not
you?
as cat.
But do you?
Well, to follow it up with a bunch of birdies, yes.
Sure.
To follow
You've
it up
hit
with a birdie, maybe.
think of your if you would take every single one of your best shots at Four Seasons. So you put a round together of just an amalgam of all of your best shots at Four Seasons. I bet there would be a string of birdies on a number of holes.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I
So it's
mean,
in you.
But I mean, God knows. I mean, that might be a 62 or something
Sure.
if you put all
Absolutely.
that together.
Yep.
No, but I mean, like I'm not even worried about. If I'm happy in a round, if I get a birdie,
Yep.
which
Me too.
sometimes I do.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I don't expect like the idea of me having four birdies is kind of like it's not anything. Follow that nine up with four birdies and was like, well, you should always hit a nine then to start.
Sure.
Uh,
Sure.
but I'm saying also a nine is not as catastrophic for where I score as would be for you. So
Sure.
I would. We probably both would only need a couple of birdies, and all of a sudden the round is looking up.
Right. What's the thing that happens on the course that gets you the most excited that you accomplish? Is it is it a par? Is it an up and down? Is it a birdie? Is it a long putt? Like what do you get the most joy out of?
Well, I was good question, buddy. And that is something that I really got to look for.
Yeah.
Um, well, I'd say I just did it. As I was mentioning to you, I got a birdie in this last time I played, and
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
it was three excellent shots,
Mm-hmm.
capped off by a very good putt. So I don't know
Yep.
if that was the most excellent. Probably, I guess it was. But
Right.
it was a excellent drive down the middle, and it was an excellent approach.
Yeah.
Within, I guess it was like a 145-yard approach to about 15, 20 feet, and
Nice.
and and then finish it with a putt.
8 iron?
So
8 iron in?
uh
9?
uh no, maybe a seven. Maybe I hit
A
a
7?
seven.
Yeah, yeah.
From
Yep.
145, I would hit a seven, yeah.
Yep. Cool.
But I don't even recall exactly. It could have, but anyway, all three were good, and like to do all three in a row like that, I liked.
Yeah. Nice.
So probably that, like the more times, and if you could do it on a par five,
When you just put it like
um,
a solid hole together with just like 3 or 4 or 5 perfect shots.
yeah, I really
Yeah.
liked that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So that one definitely stands out because I remember thinking after that, I was like, wow, that was a really like easy birdie, but it was only because I did three very competent shots.
Right. That probably didn't
You
feel
know?
that hard or difficult. Like they
No,
the
no,
execution of it wasn't challenging.
no, not really. I mean, and the putt. I mean, I guess you're always making those putts. They just either don't go in or they're close.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
If you make a 15 plus foot putt, um, many times you're going to be close,
Yeah, sure.
and then
Right.
some of them are just going to fall. And that one fell, and it was a nice putt. Like it felt good. The stroke was good, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh, there it is.
It's the fucking
And
best, isn't it? It's the best feeling.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like all three of those, I definitely stood out in my mind that was it.
Nice.
How about you?
Actually think it's getting up and down. So it's when I miss the green in regulation and I'm either in a bunker or like I got to scramble and you can get it up and I'm not talking about for birdie, like for a par. It's one like
Hmm.
it's one thing to hit it's one thing to hit a fairway and then hit a nice approach shot and then sink a birdie putt. Obviously feels great, but if I can scramble for par or when I see someone else scramble for par, I fucking get ecstatic. I love watching someone scramble for par. It's the best.
Yeah, no, you're right. I like that too.
It's
That's
the
great.
best.
Or I just like up and downs, even if it's not par. Up
Yeah.
and downs are pretty sick when you're like,
Yeah.
anywhere you are, and then you put that chip and you make that putt.
It's one of the things I love about playing with loyal listener Mervin, who's I'm sure listening. Merv gets up and down so many goddamn times. That guy's an up and down machine, and it's just so much
That's
fun
amazing.
watching that guy get up and down. Yeah, it's the best.
No, that's great. Well, you know what? That's because that's the two skills. It's the chip
Yeah,
and the putt.
yeah, exactly.
Because you got to make that chip close enough, and then you got to be able to sink the putt. That's pretty sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I like both of those for sure. I mean, because you know what, those are multiple shots. Everything else is just one shot.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I've had
The
shots like I've
most.
had a handful of shots that I had one shot this year. It was like 110 yards. I think I was playing with Merv and the Reynoldsons. We were playing on our course, and I knocked it to like yeah, it was about 110 yards. I knocked it to like 6 inches, and then tap in for birdie.
Oh
And
yeah, that's pretty sick.
that was great. It was awesome because the ball kind of danced around the hole, so it sort of looked like it might go in. Which I've never jarred a
Hmm.
shot from. I've chipped in occasionally, but I've never jarred a shot from the fairway or whatever. So seeing a ball kind of dance around the hole was cool. But it's not. It's definitely a highlight, but it's also that's what I was trying to do. Do you know what I mean? Like when you have like short-ish wedge shots, you're trying to kind
Hmm.
of get it as close as possible. So
Yeah, sure.
I get more joy and satisfaction out of the challenge of trying to get up and down for par than a shot like that. Because a shot like that, I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm trying to knock this to 6 inches. Of course, it's almost never happens. It happens like maybe once or
Yeah,
twice a year, but no, what I really like doing is yeah, getting up and down.
but you were 110 from there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's really far though
yeah, but it's
for that
but
kind of
like
shot. Yeah.
but if I'm 110 in and lower, I'm generally going trying to fire right at the pin, and the shot I'm envisioning
Hmm. Hmm.
is dancing around the hole. It almost never
Yeah, yeah,
happens, but that's what I see. You know?
yeah, yeah. No, I got you. I sunk one of those.
Did you?
Maybe less than that. No, maybe 80 or something.
That's awesome.
But I sunk one of those. But yeah, like I guess if you sink any of them or you come that close and like that's
Yeah,
you know.
it'll be it would be nice for that to happen. I've seen it. I've like played in a group where some guy, I think in Myrtle a couple of years ago, Jeff Klaus sunk a 160-yard shot from the fairway, and watching that
Oh
go
wow.
in, and it was on a course that it was one of those replica courses like wooden sticks, where they have holes that resemble other holes. So it was
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
Amen corner. It was the Augusta. So it was on the number 10 of Augusta. And it was I think it was for birdie or for eagle, but he knocked it in from 160. So to watch a shot like hit the green 20 feet from the pin and then roll into the hole was fucking awesome. So
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
if that could ever happen, I'm sure that'd be just the greatest feeling.
Yeah, but I mean, but I stick to my original premises. Like even when I hit that 80-foot shot, it was like I don't know what I was bitching about, but I still there is no respite. You
Sure.
will feel exactly the same as you did beforehand.
Sure. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
you know
Of
what I mean?
course.
Like for me, I don't even expect well, I guess it depends how you look at it. You don't expect any outcome to bring you very much joy, is what I'm saying. On almost everywhere you turn, it's a choose your own adventure, but every outcome is somewhat melancholy.
I thought I had the title of the episode already, but somewhat melancholy is kind of perfect.
Yeah,
for this episode.
it's a well, buddy, a lot of reflections.
Yeah, this has been a very philosophical episode, I think, of you get you and I together without Daryl and Gina, and it
Well,
gets all
yeah.
kinds of heady.
Well, I tell you, no, we have to know who's driving the philosophical train on this podcast, don't we?
I
When
mean,
we,
I'm looking right at him. It's not me.
yeah.
There's Lime McCall in the background, and
Oh, there is, baby, there is. Well,
uh, have we asked this? Do you bring Lime McCall on the golf course? I mean, I would think that that would be a vital resource to you to
you know
freshen up.
what? I don't usually. I don't. I usually keep it around the house. I usually keep it
Interesting.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like once you get into it, you're going to be onto it all the time. I'll go through a whole bottle because it goes away
Sure.
quick. It's like the crack of colognes or aromatics.
The more you hit it,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you got to keep hitting it. You're going to
sure.
be because I almost want to go back right now,
Yeah.
but I got a whoa. I brought this one out. You know what? I made a recent purchase of I thought you'd like this one, buddy. Yeah.
Noodles. I love noodles. It's a great
Yeah.
balls, man.
Yeah, you know what? They were cheap, and I was like, let's see. And then I read some of the reviews or whatever because I bought
Yeah.
like 100 because they were
Yeah.
selling them
Sure.
essentially $1 a ball. So I'm like, you know what?
Perfect.
Because
It's
I'm
great.
taking a page out of your book, and
Yeah.
probably gonna use newer balls, no
Yeah.
more scuffs.
Yeah. I
I
like it.
just fully
Buckaball is
recognize.
perfect. Perfect.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I have every time I've played them, which is a few times, I kind of like the feel of them. I like the softball feel,
Yeah. Very soft. Yeah.
and
Responsive.
I remember hitting them a few times, and I'm like, I really like the feel of these. And funnily enough, when I was looking at the reviews, they were like, basically, they were saying them for golfers probably as good as me, but not much better.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then there were some people that really recommended them as like a top 10 ball, where it's like up to better than me, like almost to basically a single digit handicap.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm like,
Yeah.
to me, I don't get that stuff. Like, maybe if you're playing scratch golf or something, the Pro Vs or something.
No, but I think even at varying levels of golf, once you find something that feels right, that's what you should stick with. When
Yeah,
you
yeah,
find something that has that nice feel in every aspect of it. And I think the other thing, and I still adhere to this too, is something that's durable. Because it's one thing to find soft golf balls, but if the ball's not going to last 3 or 4 holes before it gets scuffed because you landed at a bunker or you hit it with a sandwich or something, that's bullshit, right? That's too soft, and
yeah,
that's like not like it's you don't want even a bucket ball for 3 holes is bullshit. You want a bucket ball or like $1 to $3 a ball for 18 holes. That's my philosophy. And if you can find a
yeah. I
ball
would
that's
think so.
durable for that, then you're that's great.
Yeah, like I think these ones are, and I was like, you know what, for $1, I'm gonna go all
That's
in on
awesome.
these ones, see how I enjoy those.
Yeah, love it.
I tend to like the soft feel. I like the Kirklands. I've been like experimenting with all these different brands. The
Yeah,
Kirkland, not bad or anything. I was playing the Strixon, the gumball looking one, the red one.
yeah, yeah.
They're okay. And then I have the Strixon, just the
Oh yeah, soft
soft and
feel.
long. It's
Yeah, yeah,
basically the same kind of thing as soft feel. I'll
yeah,
try those. I haven't tried those yet.
yeah.
Either way, I feel like none of that shit makes any difference. I'm not 100% sure.
No, I think it does. I think it does.
Oh, this one,
Confidence wise,
uh, yeah, yeah, definitely. If you like the feel of a ball, I think
sure.
makes you feel better to hit it for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
No, but I mean, like, it's kind of like what I was telling you before, like with the scuffs or with everything. It's just like if I just hit this right,
sure. Yeah, yeah,
the
right,
ball's not going to have any choice.
right.
I didn't think the ball doesn't have a lot of
The
say in
ball
this. You
has
know what I mean?
self-will in this
Just,
analogy. Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
I crush the ball's will and I make it go where
Right.
I want it to go, not where it wants to go. So I was like, I always took them as inanimate, but
Yeah, you would think.
yeah, but apparently, and I got myself a glove and some tees. I'm all fired
Oh,
up.
you're all set to go. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I hope we get to play together soon. I guess it's been a while.
Me too, buddy. Well, I'll tell you what. Next week, I'm going to be able to play a little.
Yeah, I will too.
Hmm.
Let's do it.
Okay, good.
I got the club championship. We'll get that through this weekend, and then I got Bull Moose coming up. We got the Bull Moose event on the first or the second weekend of August is coming up,
Oh,
and
nice, nice.
plans are already in place for Bull Moose Myrtle Beach 2025. I don't know if you paid your deposit yet, but that's coming
Oh,
down the
buddy, it's
pike.
in. It was
And
in immediately.
oh, buddy,
Oh yeah,
there you go.
yeah,
He's locked in, folks.
yeah. I'm
I
pumped.
can't wait. And this was great. This was a fun episode. We were philosophical. We were thoughtful. Thank you as
Uh,
always for your your approaches, for your wisdom.
well, me, I thought you were attacking. I thought you were thanking the audience. Audience, we thank
No,
you. I wanted to
you.
thank.
I
Oh
was
God,
thinking
me.
you.
Uh,
You, buddy.
um. Oh, buddy. Well, I'm pumped for you in the club championship. There, I hope you do exceed your expectations.
Thank you, my man.
And then at the end of it all, you'll probably, I'm surely you'll realize what was the difference anyway.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm going to be thinking about on every shot. This was fun. Just
I
to
hope you win the club championship and then go on to order a T-bone steak and kick it into the kitchen and walk
drop,
out.
spin kick it. In fact,
Spin kick it
into
in the
yeah.
kitchen. Yeah, and walk away.
This was episode 7 of season 6. Everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thanks to Comedy Records for sponsoring us. I kind of hesitate to say this because I don't want to put too much pressure on ourselves. But Monty, the next episode of this podcast is episode 100.
100.
100. We've
Buddy.
done 99 episodes.
We made it.
This was the
Yeah.
99th episode. We made it. We did it.
Fraser can kiss our asses.
Exactly. And Niles. Fraser and Niles.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourselves. 100 episodes. We're going to be in syndication if we make it to one more episode.
We're getting syndicated.
Full syndicated.
The big money's gonna roll in now.
The big time, baby. No, we look forward to next week having Daryl and Gina back, hopefully, and doing something fun for the 100th episode. We'll see.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, I love you, buddy.
Love you
you
too,
enjoy
buddy.
yourself this weekend.
Thank you, sir. And thank you all. We'll see you next week.
That was what the late Henry
God bless you all.
called the tradesman's entrance. Now, you know, it doesn't count as the tradesman's entrance if it goes in the side, only if it goes in the back.
She can hit it, although it looks like it's strongly uphill, it's really